Welcome to the Crypto News. In this video, Cathie Wood shares her latest monthly earnings report on the asset to give investors a better understanding of Bitcoin's latest market trends.
I'd like to talk about Bitcoin. As I mentioned, we're launching the Bitcoin monthly, and very excited about it because we think the market needs this. And Yassine El-Mandra, who's our lead crypto analyst, leading our crypto effort, and David Puel, many of you may know him from his on-chain analytics work. He's created many metrics that many people are using these days, so we're so happy to have him on board as well. In this report, you will see that for the first time in Bitcoin's history, we've seen 9 consecutive weekly declines. And so when we first looked at that, I think the tendency was to say, uh-oh, that's really negative. My question to the team was, well, could it be oversold? Could the rubber band be stretching here? Or is there something wrong? And we don't know the answer to that, so we put that in neutral category, and you'll see we'll put each of these metrics in bullish, bearish, or neutral. But we do know what happened in the last month is that Terra, the blockchain Terra, blew up, and Luna is worthless. I think I'm correct in saying that the market cap of that ecosystem at one point was around $60 billion, with a lot of well-known advocates for it. I was surprised because algorithmic stablecoins don't make any sense to me. I have a background in economics, and I think you need the backing of something in order to have a stablecoin, and this did not. And so it didn't surprise me to see the number, I think this is the number of Luna outstanding, go from, in the span of a week, something like 350 million to 6.5 trillion. And I think it maybe even got to 20 trillion. So that's hyperinflation. There was nothing backing it. And I can say we would never have touched it. Nonetheless, that turmoil, that it didn't create a systemic risk. And we've been paying attention to the other stable coins out there. Are they going to so-called break the buck? So that expression came about after the reserve fund, a money market fund during 0809, broke the buck. People holding that money market fund were going to get less than $1 back for every dollar they put in. And of course, the Fed had to come and rescue that fund, because that was going to become systemic in the 0809 meltdown. But just the idea that such an instrument could exist has probably given the Fed more ammunition, not the Fed, the regulators more ammunition to regulate in this space. And the Fed could be involved in the regulation. There was about $3 billion of Bitcoin used as collateral. They had been building it up in the last month or so. And so we believe all of that was disgorged at one point. That's one reason that the Bitcoin has gone down from, in the last month, just from 40,000 to 30,000. Another reason is the high correlation with the NASDAQ. Now, interestingly, in the last week or so, that correlation broke down a bit. The NASDAQ had a few really good days. Bitcoin did not. So there's something else bothering Bitcoin. It is down 57% since its high at almost $70,000 in November. Its 200-week moving average is 22,000. So today we're at 29,000, I think. Its 200-week moving average is at 22,000 and rising. Now, the reason that particular number is interesting to us is we initiated our first Bitcoin position at, back then it was the 200-week moving average. It was in the $225 to $250 range. So we've come a long way since then, but that has proven to be a nice support. A couple of other points I'll just highlight, and you can see in the report. It appears that the short-term holders, and you can see everything in this ecosystem. The transparency is amazing. It does appear, according to our metrics, that short-term holders have capitulated. That's very good news in terms of putting in a bottom. Long-term holders are at an all-time high at 65.7%. That means they've been holding Bitcoin for at least a year. We've got some very strong holders or hodlers here. That's also very good news, although we might see some long-term holder capitulation to mark the bottom. And then the last metric that I'll feature, there are many more, is that the futures, Bitcoin futures, are selling at a discount to spot Bitcoin. And during those times, we expect volatility. Now, we don't know if it's up or down, but you can see from other metrics in the piece that our thinking right now, or our judgment call, is the next big bout of volatility in Bitcoin will be to the upside. Nonetheless, we are on guard. The Terra disaster. It was a fiasco for crypto, I think, in terms of raising or giving regulators even more incentive and reason to come in and regulate a little bit more with more of a heavy hand than we would anticipate.
I have bad news for you. If you're not rich by now, you're screwed. And if you're in debt, you're even double screwed. How so, you might wonder? Well, the sad truth is that you're working your whole life to make someone else rich. The mega corporations, the banks, the politicians, everyone is getting richer. They get your money. And what is even worse, they get your time, they get your life. You are not even in a rat race, you're in a financial prison. But what could a solution for you look like? Honestly, I don't know, but I know what a solution for me would look like. It's very simple. I use whatever money I have and I multiply it with 1,000. This could make my life much easier and probably yours as well. If you have $1,000 available and multiply this with 1,000, I believe that this could solve some financial issue for the one or the other. Of course, if you're ugly, you would have to multiply it with much more than 1,000. My name is Markus Dan, and this is what I decided to do. I decided to 1000x my money. This is not a joke. I know what you may be thinking. What is this guy talking about? How should this work? This is not possible. Well, I made a detailed video where I laid out my plan. And some clever folks might even want to look at this plan and copy it and do exactly what I do. This is just a little hint on the side. You have two options. You leave, you forget what you have seen. You do whatever you're doing and you hope that somehow you get some other results. Good luck with that. Or you click the link below the video. You enter your email address because I'm not showing this to everybody. You at least watch my video on how I plan to 1000x my money. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Join me. See what a different future you could have. See at least how I plan to do the 1000x. So click on the link below, enter your email address, and I see you on the other side. Your Markus Dan.